What's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. Ben's in the house right now. Wagwan Ben, how you doing? It is 5 minutes past 8 p.m. on the 13th of July, 2023. This is Thursday. We're about to play some games right now. Starting off with Alex Kidd right now. Alex Kidd in Miracle World right now. Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX right now. Let me put some respect on his name. I am somewhere near the end of this game. I can feel it. I can feel it. I feel like I'm somewhere near the end of this game. But I've been stuck on this level for a minute, like weeks now. I think it's been like 2 or 3 weeks I've been on this level. This is ridiculous. I feel like, hey, if I can't get past this level today, I'm gonna have to punch this screen. I ain't even joking. Well, I am. I'm not gonna punch the screen. It's too expensive to replace. But anyway, let me switch over to this screen and to y'all for a little bit. Yo, what up, Ben? I'm all good, thanks. How are you? Good day. This might be the night you finally complete this game. Oh, bloody well hope so. At the very least, I want to get past this level. At the very least, I want to get past this damn level. This bloody lightning boss with his stupid lightning and his stupid. You can't, when you run too fast, and then you got small spaces to run, and you get hit by the lightning. It's stupid. So yeah, if I can at least get past this level, that's something. That's something. And hopefully getting past this level is the end of the game, but probably not. But I don't think I'm too far from the end anyway. But yeah, no, I've been alright, been okay. Kind of took a lazy day, to be honest. Today, well, not really lazy day. I did do stuff. I just didn't do any kind of driving work. I was planning on initially, but you know, woke up and I was just, yeah, felt, you know, I need to go back to bed. It's one of these things. Like, one of the things I like about what I do is that it's super flexible. So anytime I'm feeling like it's just not the one today, I don't have to worry about calling in. I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I could just not go, and it's not an issue. That being said, of course, that's one of the downsides about it as well, because sometimes you need a little extra kick in the pants, you know, to do something. But hopefully, God willing, it'll work out okay. But yeah, and I took the day off in terms of driving. But did do some other stuff. Just, you know, working on my YouTube channel. So did some editing for the movie channel. So why Howard the Duck is trash. Done some editing on that. I'll say I'm about, I'll say about 25% through the last bits of the video, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I'm not necessarily close to finishing it, but I'm not necessarily super far off, I don't think. So hopefully that could be done within the next week-ish. What else? Yeah, did some stuff with the podcast channel, just some uploading some shorts, you know, like YouTube shorts, and scheduling them out for release and that kind of thing. And yeah, that's been pretty much my day. Yeah, it definitely helps. It works with, yeah. I've been using more AI for your other YouTube channel, and today I did it all yourself. So I did try. I think I was saying the other day I was trying this service called Planable, which allows you to post to multiple social media sites in one go. So I could just upload it to this one place, and they'll publish it out to, you know, 4 different places, for example, and you could schedule where you want it to go as well. And I was trying out their free version, and it's a real shame. It just did not work that well. Like, I don't know if it didn't work as well as I think it's supposed to work. You know, like, for example, I would be trying to put a video up, and it would tell me the format is wrong, even though the format isn't wrong. Like, I'm like, it's shorts format, it's, you know, Instagram Reels format, you know, that kind of portrait format, 9:16. It's that, like, it's what I've been using. It's it's fine. It's what I upload normally. It accepts it, so I know the format isn't wrong. And it's, oh, your format's wrong, or it says something like your post is empty, and it's like, no, it's not empty. I can see it. It's not empty. There's words there. There's a video there. Why are you telling me it's empty? So yeah, I don't know if it's just, I guess it's like maybe bugs on their end they might need to work out, and perhaps once they do, it could be a much better service. But as of right now, it's a shame. I was just like, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. You get your thing working, and then maybe I could try it again in a little while. I don't know, maybe a few months, a year, I don't know, whenever. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks at the moment. If it was working, it'd have been great, but unfortunately, it's not. So it's not. So yeah. That's a shame. If it happens often, I'd make people exactly. And the free and the paid version is not too expensive. It's 13, was it $13? I think. I think it was like $13 a month. Which would have been about seven, no, more than that. Be maybe about £8 or something like that, £8, £9. So it would have been a reasonable price to pay per month for the premium version. But yeah, when a free one's not working, like you say, it doesn't exactly give you confidence to be like, yeah, let me try the paid version now. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I'll keep looking. But the only thing is that like all the other ones I come across are so expensive. They're so expensive. You know, like Hootsuite's like £90 a month. There's another one called Munch something, which is like £50 a month. I'm like, bro, why are you so expensive? Like, I don't need it to do a bazillion things. You know, I just need something that could send it post out. You know, the videos out to your YouTube Shorts, your Instagram Reels, your TikTok, Twitter. It could send it. That's all I needed to do. Send it out to all those places. I could schedule it. You know what I mean? That's all I needed to do. All the other features, I'm sure they're useful to some people. I'm sure there's people out there who want that stuff. But can you just have an option? You know, that just give me the basic things that I need. You know, multiple posting and scheduling. That's literally all I need. To be able to post to multiple sites and schedule when I want to post them. If I can do that, that would save you so much time. Rather than, because what I'm doing now is uploading to YouTube and uploading to Instagram and uploading, you know, I'm doing it individually, and you got to do it one by one. I do schedule stuff in YouTube is cool because it lets you schedule for like months and months and months and months in advance, which is great. TikTok, you only schedule like up to TikTok and Instagram, you can only schedule up to about 10 days in advance, which sucks because like I want to schedule for more than that. I would have scheduled for stuff for like, next month if I can. So you have to keep coming back to it, and it's just long. It's just so long, So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. So if I could find something that could let me to go to one place, and they'll send it out to all the places, and I could schedule for however many weeks or months or whatever in advance. If I could do that, which plan was supposed to be, that's why I'm so disappointed with what's supposed to be. Then that'd be good. That'd be good. Some business rates. I thought that myself. I thought there was like maybe some kind of enterprise. I was looking at them, no, but no, those were the lower rates. That's what they start at. That's what they start at, like £90 a month, £50 a month. That's what they start at. So it's like I don't know. If you're maybe a big time YouTuber, or maybe, I guess not, to be fair, maybe not necessarily big time, but if you're at least at the level where you're making consistent money, then maybe that sort of thing might be worthwhile doing, because you probably have like a team of people to help you out with sort of stuff once you get to that kind of level. And I guess the £50 a month is no big deal at that point. It's like fine, right? But I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm just a guy that's trying to do what he can. I don't mind paying for certain things, I don't mind paying for stuff if it's a reasonable price and I could afford it. But yeah, £50 a month, you're taking a piss, especially when it's like, I know I'm not using vast majority of those features that you're offering to bump that price up. And it's like, if you just cut out a lot of that stuff, give me the few features I need, £10 a month, maybe even £15 a month, right? I'll be like, cool, I can do that. But £50 a month when I'm only using a few things, or £90 a month when I'm only using a few things, like nah. You find all the places you upload too helpful for increasing brand exposure, or do some social media sites that give you as much traction as you'd like. Seems more sites are now charging for verification to boost posts. Yeah. That's the thing. Like Insta started doing it, Twitter started doing it. Well, Twitter did it first, really, but yeah, Insta started doing it, or Meta rather started doing it. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, on one hand, it's yeah, you probably do need to be paying for stuff to really get, that kind of traction, and I'm not really willing to do that. Certainly not right now. I mean, never say never, right? Never say never. But yeah, it's not something I'm particularly looking to do right now. Not certainly not with. I mean, Instagram. I think I'm not sure it's worthwhile paying on Instagram. Twitter's one, possibly. They seem to have their verification. What do you call it? Twitter Blue seems to have a few better features on it. But even that, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that now. Maybe next year, maybe something like that. I might change my mind, but I don't think I want to do it now. Um, but yeah, that's the thing. I mean, as it is right now, some of the videos do well. Some of them, get a few views. Some of them barely get any. It's such a mixed bag. It's such a mixed bag, like you could upload a video, 1,000 people watch it, it's like awesome. You upload your next video and maybe 5 people watch it, and it's like, okay, okay, this is what it is. It is what it is. So like, I'm not sure how good they are for growth. I mean, the main thing I'm trying to do is bring people to the podcast, right? With that, the main thing I'm trying to do is put stuff out there, so it helps to promote the podcast, and ideally people go to the podcast, whether that's on YouTube or on Spotify or whatever, right? But ideally you want people coming to the podcast after they start seeing the clips around. Maybe they see enough clips of it, they think, I've seen enough of these clips, and they look pretty cool, let me go check out this podcast. That's what you kind of hope. But it's hard to know if that I mean, I'm sure it's possible, right? Of course it's possible, but just because it's such a mixed bag of how well the videos do, it's like I'm not sure if I'm not sure it's I'm not sure it's a good way of doing it, or certainly not a necessary way of doing it. Um, in all honesty, like, I mean, I'll do it while I can, because something's better than nothing, right? But yeah, I'm not overly convinced that a lot of these social sites are worthwhile in terms of trying to bring people to something, you know. But yeah, if you're paying for verifications, or paying for ads and stuff like that, perhaps that's a better way of doing it. I have used ads in the past actually, but not for the podcast. I used ads when I was doing what was I doing at the time? I think the last time I used the ads actually was for the movie channel, where I put up a small clip on Instagram and use the ads to boost it. I guess I mean, at the time I was doing it more as an experiment to kind of see, if it's worthwhile. I don't put a lot of money into it. I think I only put like 10 quid into it, something like 10, 15 quid. Um, and of course the video gets a lot of views and stuff like that, but again, it's like, I'm not sure it was sending people to where you want to send them to. Maybe 1 or 2 people. I mean, out of the thousands of thousands that watched that video, maybe 1 or 2 people might have clicked on it. Um, so yeah, it's kind of like one of these things where it's like, if you're gonna pay 10 quid, and for that 10 quid you get 2 people watching your video, how much are you gonna have to pay if you want 100 people watching your video? It's like the prices start to skyrocket real quick, and it's like, I don't know if I want to keep doing that, going down that road. So yeah. Some people think that they are, that's many social media sites, they have to keep posting to that. It takes time away from actually being creative, or yeah. And that's the thing. That's why, like, it'd be so ideal if I had something like where I can just post it to one place and it sends it out to everybody, because it would just save so much time. And that way it's there, and for whatever good it does, it can do that. But to have to keep going to each video and upload it, I mean, it's less time consuming now because I started using the AI thing to create the shorts, the short videos, and that's been a big help. I can't lie, it's been a big help. I know it's AI, and I know what I've said about AI in the past. I mean, I don't hate AI, it's nothing like that, but I'm definitely a little bit skeptical about where it can go and what it can do. But I've got to keep it real. This has been a big help for me, just because like it takes so much of the time, or so much of the, and it's not perfect, by the way. You know, the videos it produces are not perfect. They often involve a little bit of tweaking, just to like maybe cut out the end bit or cut out the beginning bit, or things like that, or you know. So they're not. It's not like I can just do it and then upload it and forget. You know, it's not quite like that. There is still some work involved. But even still, even with the tweaking that I have to do, it's still a big time saver. You know, the time it takes me to make, you know, say 10, maybe 15 shorts. You know, doing it myself would be. I might be doing 2, maybe 3. You know, so it saves a lot of time. That being said, I do think that it definitely doesn't replace making your own shorts, because there are going to be times we want something very specific, and you're going to have to find a very specific thing that you want, and then make the short from there. You can't rely completely on it. AI is a good way of, at least for me, I find it's a good way of making a bunch of shorts that do still, you know, something decent in there. But anytime you want something very specific, then yeah, you're gonna have to do it yourself. But I can't be mad at it. It's just saved me a lot of time. It saved me a lot of time. Like, I've got so many shorts that I've scheduled to upload. So many, and I've got a whole bunch that I still got to schedule. Like, yeah. So I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. I was gonna put AI though, so I've not used it. Would it be worthwhile paying someone on Fiverr to do it for you? I mean, possibly. I've not actually looked into that, to be honest with you. I've not actually looked into that, but that'd be a good idea. That could very well be a good idea to find somebody on, and maybe that same person could schedule the uploads as well. But yeah, I must look into that actually. Yeah, appreciate that. Let me make a note to look into that. I have used Fiverr before, a few times in the past, for other things. In fact, the logos that I have for my podcast, I got those on Fiverr. Found a place on Fiverr that was doing them. They're pretty like generic ones, to be fair. But hey, sometimes you gotta. You know, people offer those services on Fiverr. Yo, what up, Sam? Do you add shorts to the main channel or as a standalone channel? I know in the past they said it could kill watch time on long form content. I put them on the same channel. To me, it's I just think it's kind of long where you have 2 separate channels for like one for shorts, one, you know. I know a lot of places do like they have a channel for their podcast and then they have a clips channel, and I feel like that's fine. I think that kind of thing works if you've got a bigger channel. But nah, I'd rather not have the hassle of multiple channels for that. I mean, I've already got enough channels as it is, so it's like having to set up a whole nother one just for shorts or clips. It's like, nah, I'm good. And to be honest, I feel like in the long run, it's not that big a deal, because I think when it comes down to it, people who like your content and interest in your content will watch your content regardless, you know. So yeah, I don't bother with that. It just seems like a whole lot of longness for nothing. Sam B and a place to be. How was ye? Okay, it was stone scissors, wasn't it? He's not done much then. Sometimes it's nice to have a quiet day. Sometimes. Feeding banner. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Alright, scissors now. Ugh. Oh, come on, man. It's so hard to dodge these flipping things. I don't do much because my ribs are hurting from the coughing and the consistent. Oh, okay. Sorry. Wow. I guess that's helping the rest and relaxation for. Too close. Oh. Do you have hay fever? I do not have hay fever. Oh, unless that question was meant for Sam. No, I don't have hay fever. Yeah, but not being well on top of it. So how about yourself, Benjamin? How's your day been? What you been up to? So yeah, I've been looking at, you know, close. I've been looking at, you know, new PC parts, and I'm pretty decided on what I want to get. But I'm watching some videos where they're talking about like how you know, like certain processors aren't aren't as good as other processors, which of course is, well, probably, or some good processors not as good as other processors, but in terms of like for example, I was looking at getting a Ryzen 9, AMD Ryzen 9, right? And I'm seeing this video saying that the Ryzen 7s, the certain Ryzen 7 series outperform the Ryzen 9s. So now I'm like, wait a minute. That shouldn't be the case now, should it? Actually, don't appreciate that, Ben. So yeah, I might have to reconsider. I mean, I think I'll still probably go with the Ryzen 9. Might be a little bit more future-proof, but oh, I felt that rough last night. I fell asleep around 9. Flipping out. And I was watching a good movie. But feel alright now. Oh, that's good. Oh, speaking of good movies, have you guys seen Extraction with Chris Hemsworth? There's an Extraction 2 out as well, but I've only seen the first one. I saw the first one recently. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's not too bad, you know. It's not too bad. Like, it came out, I guess, a while ago. And I only just watched it recently because, you know, I guess Extraction 2 came out and there's a whole big hyping over it. But yeah, and I watched the first one. Hopefully I'll watch the second one maybe next week or something. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It was a pretty cool movie. The only thing that was disappointing though is that I do feel like the title's a little bit misleading because it's called Extraction. It's nothing to do with pulling teeth out, like or going to the dentist. Nothing to do with having a cavity and tooth decay. I'm like, man. So yeah, apart from that though, good movie. It's a decent flick. Oof. I might just switch to Infinite Lives on you now because this is actually like taking the pizzes. Out the rooms, I apologize if you really said so. Oof. Oof. Oof, too close. Oh, oh. Shoot, man. Watched a movie called Frontiers. It's one of those. Oh, flipping out. It's one of those French extreme horror movies, and not yet. I'll watch when kids are fast asleep. Okay. Extreme horror? Yeah. I mean, your kids are like 8, 9. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I think I've heard a bit. What streams they're on. What's interesting though is that Sam described it as an extreme horror movie, and considering the amount of horror movies Sam watches, for this one to be described as extreme, that definitely piques my curiosity. I ain't gonna lie. I hope it's on Prime, as I don't have Netflix. Yeah, it's probably on Prime. Even, I mean, you might have to pay for it, but it'll be on Prime almost certainly. Like Prime, Amazon Prime pretty much says everything. Not everything is available to watch in their service, but if it's not in their service, you can either buy or rent it. So. By the way, so far in the polls, X-Files Season 3 is in the lead. There's been a vote for Buffy, there's been a vote for Cobra Kai. No, sorry, there's been a vote for Stranger Things. But yeah, Season 3, X-Files is still in the lead. Is that it's not the most extreme film I've ever seen, but it's definitely brutal in parts. Okay. Got to vote for X-Files, gets my vote. I'm not sure if I'm even hitting this thing now. Oh! Oh my days, I got him. Oh, I got him. Oh, finally got him. Oh my wordy word, I finally got him. Oh. Oh. So on Shudder, that's a channel on Amazon. Cool. Well, I shudder to think if it wasn't. Oh man, I lost my ring. Jenkins Fortress. So with Shudder, I mean, I understand that it's... Ooh, okay. Oh, the cannons go through the... So Shudder is, Oh, ran into him, should have punched. So yeah, Shudder is like, I know, specific, kind of specific for horror movies, right? But they don't, I mean, from what I understand at least, they don't have every horror movie, but they got a lot. But I think with Shudder, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, but it seems like they mainly have a lot of the more sort of niche horror movies. So do you find, like, as a horror fan, that is cool for you to have? Because it's like what, £6 a month, I think. So you feel like that's cool to have, even though you might have to go elsewhere if you want to watch maybe a more mainstream horror movie. Like, do you find like most of what you want to watch anyway is Shudder's got you covered, or do you find like you're still spending a significant amount of time going to other services to check out the more maybe more mainstream, or more fame, I don't know if that's a better word for it, but the more, say, maybe more well-known horror movies? Oh, everybody's throwing. Ish. Okay, so I guess I can't touch this guy. I do, yeah, I've watched some really good stuff on it. If you're a horror fan, it's worth having. Okay, I see, I see. I see. Oof. I'm not sure I could get this guy. Oh, there we go. Got him. It's $4.99. Okay, that's not too bad actually. That's pretty decent, methinks, actually. Oh, another one of them. Mate. I don't know if I can get that. Bruh. 2 cannons. Yeesh, damn it. $4.99 for my time. Oh, dish. Bloody hell, man. He shot fast. Sadness is on Shudder. Films, chefs. Oh shit! Forgot about the rocks. The Sadness. I think he was talking about that film there, wasn't he? Yeah. Alright, let me take a little breather before I get back to this stupid ass game. Piss me off. I finally got past that level though, so that's something. That's something. Just need to. Oof, alright. Oh, wait, he's ready. Let me check the sadness real quick. Appreciate that, Sam. This Sadness 2021 movie. Available. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty highly rated film. And it's only 96 minutes. Okay, it's not even that long. Not even that long. Not even that long. Oh, did you guys hear about the Screen Actors Guild all voting to go on strike? Which means there's like no movies, no TV shows. They can't do, what is it, any kind of promotional press junket type work. They can't even appear at things like Comic-Con. So it's like the writers are on strike, the actors are on strike. Mate, we ain't getting no movies for a long time. We're not getting no new movies. Once the shows and movies they've already made, once they've all come out, we ain't getting nothing for a while. Actors on strike, writers on strike, bloody hell, man. We ain't getting no new movies for a long ass time. Well, it depends on how many strikes go for, but yeah. The Sadness, all out action, gore, and craziness, right? Oh, that does sound pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. That sounds pretty good to me. Especially the action bit. Well, action and gore. I like gore. I like action. The craziness, I mean, I guess I could take or leave it, but I definitely like gore and I like action. That being said, we do need to get a little crazy, as the Seal song says. Never gonna survive unless, because these actors don't get paid enough. Yeah, don't read into, as it doesn't say what they were striking for. Yeah, it doesn't actually say specifically. It does say we are being victimized by a very greedy enterprise. At some point, you have to say, no, we're not going to take this anymore. That's what the SAG AFTRA President Fran Drescher said. Track with 50 begin tonight at midnight. Link in the bio for more. So, yeah, it doesn't say here what they're striking. Feature film companies on contract, social studio streamers broke down with midnight. Does anybody say what they're actually striking for? It seems like it probably is about pay, but none of them actually say that specifically. I'll probably have to read an article to find out what it's actually about, but Instagram's not giving me enough information. But yeah, I mean, let's see, actor strike. Hollywood actor strike, TV and movies, both the biggest walkout in 4 decades, leaders and blah 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 blah. The Minnesota strike Thursday's grid has already begun picketing over 70 days. Here's union strike. Actors will blah blah blah. The union said the strike means that campaign actors will immediately end the eyes of the world. Blah 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 blah. Okay, but why though? It's almost like zombie, but not quite. Do you mean the actor strike or the sadness? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both, really. Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah, none of them actually say the specific reason. They talk about we want respect and okay, but why though? None of them are saying actually why they're striking. It's just like a very bunch of general terms. Apparently Margot Robbie and The Rock support the actors strike. Each went to silence. Okay, cool. It's a virus movie. I see. I mean, Margot Robbie just had a movie come out. She's fine to go on strike. Her movie's like, actually no, her movie's out soon, really, but it's already made. They've already promoted it. You know what I mean? She's done what she has to do. It's like, yeah, go on strike. It's a holiday for her. Margot Robbie's good. Margot Robbie's good. They're all politicians saying a whole lot of that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me see if I can find something more specific. Why are actors striking? Let me see if I can. Failing to reach a deal. Is like, what's the deal though? Like, yeah. So, I mean, my guess is that it's to do with pay. That's what I'm guessing. but it doesn't say it specifically. If it's not pay, then it's probably pay related. You know, maybe something to do with work conditions. And look, don't get me wrong. I think everybody, of course, deserves a good pay and good work conditions. And you know, I'm not going to say otherwise, but I think one of the reasons why they don't say specifically what they're striking for is because I think if they did, they'll probably lose the support of the public. You know what I mean? Because like, if actors start saying, "Yeah, we want more pay," it's like, wait a minute, you guys get like what? How many millions per movie? Well, of course, not every actor I know, but like, top actors are getting like millions and millions per movie. Some of the, let's say, I don't want to say bottom, but let's say lower down actors might be getting thousands per movie, and of course the only actors I think should be striking are the ones that you never hear about because they ain't getting paid nothing. But of course, if they strike, it's because they want streaming giants to agree to a fairer split of profits and better work conditions. Oh, okay. So yeah, pay is pay, but that's the same. I guess it's the same reason why the writers were striking, then, wasn't it? So here's what I don't understand about actors though, and writers, and this in Hollywood is like, why strike? I mean, here's the thing: like, if you feel work conditions are not good or pay is not good for you, why not just negotiate better terms? You know what I mean? Like, you can do that without striking. You can say to them, okay, look, I've worked with you before. If I'm going to work with you again, this is what I want, right? And if they don't agree to it, all right, cool, work somewhere else. Work somewhere that does provide those places, those you know, the pay and the conditions that you want. I feel like as an actor, you can do that. You know, you don't need to strike. You just be like, look, you choose where you work. You know, you choose where you work, and if the places don't agree to your terms, you just don't work with them. You know, if they want to work with you, if they want the big name actor or whatever, then it's like they're going to have to agree to the conditions that you set forth. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yeah, American stars are demanding better pay and increased safeguarding around AI. Okay, so AI as well. AI rights leaving Hollywood facing a second industry walkout amid the ongoing writers' strike. So yeah, pay and AI. Says they can guarantee that AI increased generates faces and voices will not be used to replace actors. Yeah, things like that you could put that in your contract. You could, I mean, there'd have to be. I mean, I think stuff like that's probably come down to the law itself specifically as well. Like, what does the law say about copyright? In fact, Chat GPT's owner, OpenAI, just seen that they've been taken to, well, they've been investigated rather by the FTC over this sort of thing. So yeah, there's gonna have to. That's gonna. I feel like has to be at a law level where we say, okay, if you're going to use my image, likeness, my voice, you know, you need express permission from me. You can't just use it just because you found it on the internet. But I feel like a law like that already exists, though, right? Like, you can't just use somebody's likeness. No, you can't just use somebody's likeness. So that law, I believe, already exists. Or I don't know, maybe it needs to be updated or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's that's to me, it doesn't seem like a reason to strike. That seems like a reason to just negotiate a better deal next time you're sitting down in the office to say, hey, look, this is what I want. This is what I won't put up with. Make it happen, or I walk. Like that's, or I walk out. I work somewhere else. The general public who are struggling to put food on the table are not going to sympathise with these poor actors. No, indeed, indeed. We want better pay. It's like, bro. We want more pay. So how much were they getting for these movies? Like 20 plus million, 30 million, plus box office percentage of the box office. You know what I mean? Like these top actors get paid a lot. And granted, I know not every actor was a top actor, and I know not every actor gets paid in that kind of bracket. I get that. I get that. In fairness, though, we probably only think about the A-list actors, though. No, I'm not fan. I mean, yeah, it's not. Yeah, it is there's like the actors that don't get that kind of money, sure, but it's not like they're getting paid peanuts either. You know, like it's not like they're getting paid peanuts. You know, so like they're turning up and they're just like throwing up a couple of scraps at their footsteps. No, they get paid. And union actors have a guaranteed minimum. Like if you're not part of a union, then it's whatever for you. It's like you literally fend for yourself. But if you're part of the actors union, actors Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA, all that stuff, there's a guaranteed minimum for you to work on projects. So they get paid. Like they're doing okay. They're doing okay. And anything more than that, you can negotiate. Like basically, you can't expect like if you're you know somebody who's done a few movies and you're part of their Screen Actors Guild, then yeah, you've got your guaranteed minimum, but you can't realistically expect to be getting paid like hundreds of thousands or even millions to do a movie when hardly anybody knows you. You know, like you get paid what you can negotiate. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'm struggling to have sympathy for that. To be honest with you, like, I mean, yes, they should have a decent pay. Of course, everybody should have a decent pay. Everybody should be able to make a living doing the thing they love to do. Everybody should have good work environments and safeguards about their identity and things like that. So that I'm on board with, but I don't see that as a reason to strike. That seems to be a reason to be like, get a better lawyer and have a better contract. You know what I mean? That's that's sorted. Just have a better contract. Matter of fact, what was I don't know if you know about Back to the Future, when they changed one of the actors from Back to the Future, and in the second movie it was a different actor playing the role, but they made him look like the old actor. The old actor sued them because they used his likeness without his permission. So yeah, that law already exists. That law already exists. You can't just use somebody's likeness without their permission. So what are you striking over? That's where they were able to get the big money. Yeah, indeed, indeed. And that's how it's always been, and that's probably how it's always gonna be. Nah, I'm struggling up a little bit. I mean, look, like I say, everybody should get good pay, of course, but come on. Sadly, Me Too exposed how a lot of people made the big time. Yeah, Me Too, yeah. You know what, like, I ain't gonna lie, I have a few opinions on Me Too that might be considered controversial. Because all them Harvey Weinstein type people like him and anybody else who were doing what he was doing, 100% they should not be using their position to coerce women into doing sexual acts or whatever, or anything like that. 100%. And I totally understand that it's not always a simple case of just saying no. I get that. I get that. So I'm not even saying it's okay or it's acceptable or whatever, but at the same time, let's keep it real. I don't some of those women, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody was forced. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those women were like, all right, cool, let's do this. And it's only because like the whole Me Too thing comes out, and it's like it's now you have to say, oh yeah, Me Too, he did. Some of those women were up for it. I'm just saying, like, maybe not all of them, probably not even most of them, but some of those women were up for it. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. It doesn't. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna talk about this honestly, then let's talk about this honestly. You know, like, not everybody is the same situation. Jamie Lee Curtis, even Jamie Curtis has worked for years before she got the high offers, and she had famous parents. Yeah, daughter of was it Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh. Yeah, she still had to do all those crappy horror movies in the 70s. Well, they weren't all crap. Do I believe in nepotism? Oh yeah, for sure. But I don't believe that. Oh no, I don't believe that nepotism is necessarily the thing that guarantees you success. Like, for example, if you've got a famous daddy, right, and you know your dad's a big movie star, whatever, and you want to be an actor, then of course, yeah, your dad can help you out. He can get you into places that most people won't get to. Certainly, you know, at that stage in their career, like. He could get you in. He can maybe get you a meeting with, I don't know, Steven Spielberg or something. Whereas most other people have to be out hustling for years before they even get a chance to even be thought of having a meeting with Steven Spielberg. So yeah, nepotism exists. But the thing is, that I feel like people kind of forget is that as much as somebody might get you to a door, get you into a room, if you don't have like the skill or the talent or just whatever it's needed to stay in that room, it won't last very long. Like, it doesn't matter how famous your parents are, but your dad might be able to get you into a room with Steven Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg might be like, oh, well, I'll win a favor, let me put him in a movie. Okay, cool. But if you suck, you're not starring in that movie. You know what I mean? Like, Steven Spielberg's not gonna like give you the biggest role in his movie just because he's friends with your parents. It's like, at the end of the day, if you suck, you suck. At the most, you might get a small role somewhere. Just be like, all right, cool. Just say this one line. You might get that. But you're not going to get, like, the biggest role of a $200 million movie just because you happen to be somebody's, you know, son. And not unless it's like a Marvel movie or something, because then they don't worry about who's you know what I mean? At that point, the film sells itself. They don't really care. But yeah, nepotism 100% exists, but I don't think that's the thing that makes a person's career. And they still have to have a talent, a skill, work ethic. Otherwise, it ain't gonna last long. Oh, this guy. This guy can aim. I probably should run the other way. some of those women wanted to do it, and some are probably lying. Let's not pretend all women are victims, not all men predators. Yeah, indeed. And like, I ain't even trying to defend what's his face, Weinstein. I ain't trying to defend him because that guy is creepy beyond belief for sure. But yeah, it's like, come on, let's not act like everybody's innocent. You know what I mean? Like, come on. But you have to have it. Yeah. Ooh. Oof. Oh, don't ever go. Lost life and I died right by the door. Flipping hell. Yeah, because it's like there was this whole big thing about nepotism in Hollywood recently, about because a lot of, I guess, movie stars or upcoming movie stars, you know, they've got like a mother or a father or an uncle or some relative or something like that who's been in the business before. And yeah, so it's like, look, you should help your kids out. You know what I mean? Like, people get mad about, like, I remember, who was it now? It was Barack Obama, right? I think his daughter wanted to be work in film, and apparently Barack Obama got her a meeting with, well, Steven Spielberg actually, and people are all mad about it. Oh yeah, she started sidestepping. People work hard for these positions. Why is she, just because, you know? It's like, you should do that. You know what I mean? You should. If you're in a position to help out your kids or help out somebody in that way, you should do that. You absolutely should. But at the end of the day, it's like, you can get them to that place unless they're willing to work, you know, put in the work. It's like, you know, also you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's just like that. You can get your horse to water, but if it don't want to drink, it ain't gonna drink. You know what I mean? If you don't want to work, you ain't gonna work. If you're gonna turn up there and be lazy, it's not gonna go very well. You know, if you're gonna be in front of the camera and can't act for nothing, then you won't last very long. Don't matter how famous your parents are. So yeah, if you in a position to help your kids in any kind of way, whether it's a big way, small way, of course you should be doing that. Like, that's a given. But yeah, they need to understand that just because you can get them there, you can't keep them there. They need to take, you know, do the rest themselves. So I don't have a problem with nepotism. I don't think anybody really should have a problem with it. I mean, I understand, for example, that when you work really hard at something, especially if you're somebody who doesn't know anybody in the industry, you don't have a uncle or a friend, or, you know, you don't know anybody, you had to work literally from the jump for everything you've ever had, and then somebody comes along and like they get and they just get put in front of you. I get it, that sucks. Of course it's gonna suck, but at the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is. Like, your path is going to be different from their path, and that's just the truth of it. So I get it sucks when you have to work with someone that somebody else doesn't, but ultimately it's like, again, if they are not good at what they're doing, they're not going to be there very long, and then you just have to be ready for when that next opportunity comes around to show that you can do it. And if it turns out that they are really good at it, then hey, you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. I mean, you can, but there's no point. But yeah. Ish. To be honest, I think a lot of it's just people want to be mad over things. Like, I honestly feel like we're in a world now where it's cool to be upset over things. You know, it's cool to be mad about this, mad about that. It's almost like the in thing now. You know. Ish. mean, it's almost like you're not cool unless you're complaining. Right, it definitely feels like that now. Definitely does feel like that. I think people moan about nepotism more now because of the Smith family. Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like Smith, Will Smith, Jada Smith. Oh shoot! It's like, of course they're gonna help their kids out. You know what I mean? Of course they're gonna help their kids out. Like, it would be terrible if they didn't help their kids out, right? I mean. And it's not like, I think to be fair, like with, at least from what we know in the public, it's not like they're out there doing the work for them. Like they help them get a boost, you know, and that's fine. Like I don't see why that should ever be a problem. Like if you're in a situation where you could be like, you know what, I'm a movie star and I can get my kid in this movie with me, you know, and that's gonna help boost their own kind of celebrity a little bit. They become a little bit more known now. It's like, okay, why is that bad? And Jaden Smith, like, I mean, credit where credit's due. That's a talented kid. That is one talented kid. Like, I've heard a few of his songs, quite a few of his songs, his albums that he's put out. He is one talented kid, and Willow as well. So for me, it's like, I can't be mad at that. Like, they've put in the work, they've put in effort. They didn't just leech off their parents. They created their own styles. So it's like, yeah, what do you want them to do? Like, be like, this is all mine, this is all mine. Jaden Smith was really good in Karate Kid. Like, I mean, the movie itself wasn't. The movie had its issues. Let me say that. But yeah, he was really good in that movie. Like, from an acting standpoint, from a martial arts standpoint, he did really well. So yeah, can't be mad at that, man. So if he was in that movie and he absolutely sucked, like, you know, he didn't put in no effort, you know, you know, he was turning up late. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, turning up late to set. Not learning his lines, you know, just acting a fool, causing beer delays. If he was doing that, then you could say something about, yeah, nepotism clearly not working in this case. But even Jackie Chan was like, yo, this guy's putting in the work. So yeah, I don't care enough to be. That's the best way to be. end of the day, it's other people's lives. Why are we getting mad about it? Jenkins Castle. Oosh. Oh wait. Oi oi oi. That's gonna open, isn't it? Oof, that didn't. Oh, there's a ladder there. All this for a bag. Ish. That was I'm not sure that was worth it, to be honest with you. Oh, I can't even go that way, not yet. Okay, I need to move quicker. Oh, oh. Yeah, movie guy, I have a question when it comes to the disturbing factor. Do you think a movie can go too far? I'm yet to hear a good response. Can a movie go too far when it comes to the disturbing factor? I mean, I guess that's one of these things where it's going to be different for different people, right? Like, everybody's sensibilities are different, isn't it? So what might be too far for me might be like not far enough for you. You know what I mean? It's like you could be like that. That being said, personally, I don't think I've come across a movie that I felt went too far as the disturbing factor goes. I've definitely come across films that, you know, they've gone very disturbing and very kind of sick, and you just kind of there like, but you know, that's part of the art. I would, I guess for me, too far would be where film goes like extreme into the, you know, disturbing, sick, you know, kind of world. Like for example, let's say a film was about a pedophile, and then they actually had an actual adult, you know, molesting an actual child. You know what I mean? And even though it's acting, you know, they're actually doing it. Then it's like, okay, there's no need for that. You know, you could imply something. You don't have to actually show it. I feel like that's the type of thing I could say goes too far because it serves no real purpose outside of just trying to shock you, and it does it in a way that I think would end up causing a lot of damage to the people involved, especially the child. So yeah, I think stuff like that, I would say a film went too far. But outside of that, nah, no, outside of anything that doesn't potentially or doesn't cause you know, extreme emotional damage to the people involved. Um, no, no, I don't think you can go too far. I think you could definitely have, like I said, things that disgusting, things that that shock you. You could have things that, you know, challenge your view, challenge, and that's a good thing, by the way, when something challenges your view or challenges your perception. But yeah, outside of just being extremely just sick in its approach to filmmaking, then nah. In my opinion, I think no, as long as it has a purpose. Yeah, yeah. Hearing a lot of yeses with no reason why. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, what up, Rex? I mean, also, I guess everybody has to decide for themselves what they like and what they don't like, and that's fine. But I think for me, it's just it's less about, if I'm going to say a film went too far, then in my mind, I have to look at it beyond, you know, my own tastes. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't like something, okay, I'm allowed not to like it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it went too far. So if I'm saying it went too far, then it has to go beyond just whether I liked it or not, and what were they actually doing, to what end, and to what purpose, or to what, you know, what they what to earn, to, you know, what's involved and how it affects people. That was a That's an interesting question. I like questions like that, questions that get you thinking, because like in video games, right? Um, like there's games out there that, you know, feature some horrible themes, and not mainstream games, of course. I'm talking about sort of, you know, indie, some like underground indie games. I'm talking about, they would feature some horrible themes, like, you know, you play as uh, a Nazi that gasses Jews or something like that. You know, there games like that exist. You know, games where there's one game I saw where you effectively rape women. You know, like you drug, you know, what is that, you go into their dreams, you find this thing that allows you to go into their dreams, and then manipulates them in their dreams so that they start to like you in the real world, and then, you know, you do whatever with them, right? So it's like, okay, you're effectively is raping these women in this game. um but yeah, games like that exist. And then the question could be, are those going too far, right? On one hand, you could look at it and say, yeah, thematically it's disgusting, thematically it's horrible, right? um and definitely sends out a terrible, horrible, disgusting message. But it's ultimately, it's a game. No, nobody's actually getting hurt. You know, there's no people involved. I mean, outside of the makers of it, of course. But it's not like a movie where you have actual actors. It's a game. It's digits. It's polygons. It's, you know. So in that case, is there any real harm done? You know, I thought that's an interesting question, and of course, that's relative as well. For one person, it could be totally fine to play that. They might think the game's disgusting and didn't not, and after that, they just, you know what I mean, they just go about their day. Oh, that's horrible. That's a terrible thing to do, and then they go about their day. Who knows? Somebody else plays it and starts thinking, it's a good idea. Who knows, right? Who knows? So it's going to be different for different people. I don't think there's ever going to be just one clear answer. Um, I'm generally on the side of, when it comes to creativity, you should be able to do whatever you want, no matter how disgusting it is. Of course, you know, within the law. You know, let's not get into like illegal stuff, like just murdering people on stage or something. But yeah, you should be able to do whatever your creativity commands you to do. I don't believe just because somebody has a horrible idea for a creative project, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a horrible person in real life or they want to do those things in real life. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think creativity in all its forms can serve lots of positive purposes, even from the disgusting aspects. But yeah, again, it's just different for different people, and people are going to look at it in one way or another way, and that's something that you're never going to have any control over. So yeah. Cool on my end. Not temperature-wise, though, still hot out there. What's your thoughts on that, Brax? Did you hear what we were saying about movies going too far? Do you think a movie or any kind of creative thing can go too far? Like, can a film be too disturbing? Can a film be too horrible, too disgusting? Is there a point where it just goes too far and it just should not be done, in your opinion? I think everyone needs to watch something that tests you and makes you feel uncomfortable. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It's part of how we grow. You know, you gotta step out your comfort zone. It's just part of growth. Like, growth happens in the uncomfortable areas. You know, if you're only ever doing what makes you happy, I mean, of course, it's good to do the things that make you happy. I'm saying that, but if you only ever do the things that you know, the things that make you happy, the things that you're very comfortable and you know, then you're really just keeping it safe, and you're not challenging yourself, and you're not really growing like mentally. But you need things that challenge your beliefs, you know, or challenge your perceptions, or challenge your viewpoints, you know, because you're either going to change your mind, or it's going to strengthen what you already know. There are also, speaking of games as well, there are games out there in the mainstream, by the way, where you kill children. You know, like, games like that exist in the mainstream. So this isn't even, you know, some lonely guy in his basement making some game that 5 people play. Like, I'm talking like big budget mainstream games where you kill children. You know, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I watched When They See Us. There was so many times I wanted to turn it off. I didn't. I saw it for, and glad I did, because it told me something. When They See Us. Oh, When They See Us. That was the oh, about the Central Park 5, wasn't it? When They See Us. Yeah, yeah, it was on Netflix. I watched that. Yeah, that was a tough watch for sure. And that's based on a true story of the Central Park 5. That was a tough watch, but yeah, you're right. You know, sometimes you need to see stuff like that. For one thing, it's a true story, so that there's that, you know, that added kind of horrible factor to it, that it's something that actually happened. You know. Yeah. Filmmakers went far with subjects dealing with genocide, family or community dysfunction, and sexual assaults. So I say, nah, that type of thought comes from those who are sensitive. Sensitive. Here's the thing about the word sensitive, though. Like, I do feel like that word gets misused a lot, or maybe not misused, but maybe misuse is not the right way to describe it. I do feel like it doesn't necessarily get used in an appropriate way. because like we're all sensitive. You know, we're all sensitive to something. We're just not sensitive to the same things. You know, and rather than saying, "Oh, they're just sensitive," that's I feel like that's often a way of dismissing something without really looking at what's happening. Um, we just, yeah, we're all sensitive to something. We just have things, different sensibilities, or different things that we're sensitive to. You know, whereas one person might be totally fine watching an explosion and things like that, other people might not be, and that's fine. I don't think anybody should have to watch something that they're sensitive towards, or because at the end of the day, you don't know what people have been through in their lives. You don't know what kind of experiences they've had. You don't know, all kinds of things that something can trigger. Um, so to me, the issue isn't necessarily a sensitivity, more so that there should at least be an understanding that just because you're sensitive towards something, that doesn't mean nobody else must experience it, or nobody else must see this movie, or this movie must be banned. It can't exist because I'm sensitive towards it. I think that that's kind of an issue that I've seen in recent years, where it's important to acknowledge your feelings, of course, but then at the same time, you should understand that they're just that, your feelings, and not necessarily other people's feelings. And your feelings are important. Your feelings tell you things about yourself. They don't necessarily tell you things about what's actually happening, not necessarily. Um, but they are important. But they're only really important to you. And as much as you should acknowledge them, as much as you should allow your feelings to inform you, um, of what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. At the same time, it should be understood that they are just that, your feelings. I think there's been somewhere along the lines, a misconstrued. Oh, that's probably not the right word. I'm trying to sound smart here, but it's somewhere along the lines, it's kind of got to a point where people are using their feelings and their sensibilities and their sensitivities as a way of trying to command what should and shouldn't exist in the world. And I feel like that's where it becomes a problem, because um, you cannot base any kind of regulation on something that ultimately cannot be quantified, which is what your feelings are. They only really mean something to you. You can't really quantify something. You can't really quantify them in any meaningful way. So yeah, I feel like it's not an issue of being sensitive. We're all sensitive. We're all sensitive towards something. It's just what we do with that sensitivity and how we handle it. There it is. You figured out where I'm coming from. Mofos be doing too much. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. What I just said over in over what, four. I don't even know how long it's talking for. Like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe. Rax just summed it up. Yeah, mofos be doing too much. That's all you need to say. That's all you needed to say. Mofos be doing too much. Didn't need all that. Rax just gave the TL. Was it? Yeah, TLDR version. Mofos be doing too much. Alright, speaking of doing too much though, I need to go do a little something myself. So I'm gonna take a quick little break for a few minutes. I should be back in, yeah, just a few minutes, or 4 or 5 minutes maybe. If you could stick around, that would be awesome. We could talk more about movies and other things going too far, or we could talk about something else. Whatever you want to talk about, it's all good with me. But yeah, be back in just a little bit. So see y'all soon. Peace for now. My bad, my bad. Forgot to put the microphone back on. I'm sorry. That means you had nothing I said. Alright, cool. My bad, my bad. I said a bunch of cool stuff. I guess you'll never know now. I guess you'll never know. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I agree with what Brax said about, you know, not downplaying sensitivities, but, and then you can't wear your sensitivities out, and so you gotta understand that your feelings are important, but they're only really important to you, and nobody else has to care. And not to say that people shouldn't care, of course, you know, it's nice to care, I ain't saying that, but nobody's under any real obligation to, when it comes down to it. That was a close jump. Oh, but it's nothing. Okay. So it's just coming back here then. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Any issue with sensitivities, people want to make decisions for others based on their own. They can sort of, yeah. So that's why I feel like, yeah, you're just taking it too far. Like you can't. I mean, I guess technically you can, but it wouldn't be a good idea to try to make some kind of like regulation or whatever based on what you deem to be offensive or not, because you have every right to find something offensive if you find it offensive, you know, and to be if it's something that doesn't sit well with you, that's, you know, your prerogative. It's like it's not for me to tell you or to tell anybody that you're not allowed to feel what you feel, because at the end of the day I don't know what people have been through. But then regardless of that, it's like you don't get to tell other people what they can or cannot like. Or what they can and cannot you know, partake in. Yo, Bull. Big Bull. What up, man? In fact, speaking of going too far and gruesome stuff, Bull's got some pretty violent stuff on this channel, ain't ya, Bull? Because I just see that video you put up. Boppo Neo and what happened to his lady friend. Damn, man, damn. Just got from Scotland. Okay, nice. How was it? Is it like a family thing, holiday? Okay, I thought it'd be something like that. Oof, close, yeah. I thought it might be something like that. Wish I can't even jump right now. Oh, damn it. Why can't you jump? Bloody hell. I ain't never been to Scotland. Anybody else been to Scotland? I've never been to Scotland. I would like to go to Scotland. Goes to Edinburgh Fringe. Be cool to go to that. I think I can just jump across. Yeah. Oh, this is poison water. I don't need someone telling me I can't watch that movie where the chick is hung upside down and cut in half with the taxol. I live there. But that has got to be one of the most, well, very memorable kills in a horror movie, hasn't it? Like, I feel like if you've seen that film, you definitely remember that scene. Oh, damn it. Like, head bumping. There you go, got it. Yeah, this is disgusting and it's awesome indeed. It's, yeah. Man, this is awkward, isn't it? Oof, fell too far. It seems to be quite a long level. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna take a lot to make a kill more memorable than that. I mean, there's been definitely lots of cool kills in movies but that, yeah, right through the garden. Just goes to show, though, you don't need a lot of money. You just need imagination. That's all you need. You just need imagination. Now this is go here, isn't it? That's gotta be, I think, though, up there with like some of like the best kills in a horror movie, I reckon. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because of the bump. Yeah. What is the most gruesome movie you've ever seen, Haze? Oof. I think Terrifier is definitely going to be up there with some of the most gruesome movies. Well, also, like, I mean, how you define gruesome, you know, because there's films like Ricky O, which is as mad gory, but it's maybe not as gruesomely violent. You know, Dan. Belgian Dan the man. Oh, I hate this man. On your side. BD in the place to be. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Ish. Can't bloody jump. Honestly, don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot. Terrifier 1 and 2 are definitely gruesome. I don't think they're scary though. I personally think they're fun. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, oh. Oh, damn it, man. Hit that water. Fair enough. What about the scariest movie you've both seen then? I'm probably gonna say The Exorcist. Mainly because conceptually I think it's frightening, but I don't know if I've ever been scared during a horror movie. Oof. Like at most you might get a little like a jump, like oh, didn't see that coming. Like I think that's about as most you'll get, a little jump, just oof, didn't see that coming. Or if they time the jump scare right, they might get you with that. But I've never really been like freaked out to the point of like, oh my god, this is like, you know when people talk about they get nightmares and no, I don't think that's ever happened. Like I watched plenty of horror movies and went straight to bed afterwards. This is how I roll, you know. Oof, too close, bro. No. Oh, he caught me. I almost knew that was going to be a trap as well. I just... Relatable. Well, the Exorcist does everything it sets out to do, right? Yeah. It exercises. Extreme so much that was a little tense, but wasn't scared. Yeah. Yeah, to see that Spider being a classic. Yeah, it's a good movie. I saw it years ago. Many years ago. I can't remember a lot of it, but now I'm sure I've forgotten. How about you, Ben? Have you ever been scared during a horror movie? If so, which one? And Dan, any horror movies ever scare you? Brax, any horror movies ever scare you? About 6 months when I first heard of the movie. So yeah, I'm completely desensitized. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was probably quite young as well, I guess. I mean, it's kind of what you did back then, isn't it? You watching movies that you weren't old enough to be watching. Kind of what you did. You used to get them from the video store, the local video store, like £1. Man used to rent us these like violent 18 rated movies. We were like 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. We walk in there, £1 a night. But yeah, I mean, I was watching violent movies on TV or whatever, and probably probably that same age, like 6, 7, that kind of age. I mean, I don't remember specifically, but it would have been quite young. Freeze you on the tape, yeah, them ones always rewind the tape. I always rewind the tape. Sometimes you get the tape and it wasn't rewound, that would piss me off. But I always rewind the tape. Probably just stuff I watched at a very young age. You can rewind, yeah. That was a good movie as well, by the way. I'm not sure the ring is useful. Flipping now, just I shouldn't have gone back for it. Let's just screw it, man. Decide if the ring's useful some other time. That got me to watch horror. Got me into horror. Can you remember your first song at the end? Alien. Ooh, that's a good movie. I don't know if I remember my first horror movie. I remember my first horror movie. I mean, maybe I'm sure it was probably something I saw on TV, but yeah. But I remember watching RoboCop really young, like 8, 9 years old. And then the scene where Kenny gets shot by Ed 209 in the boardroom. And when the first time I saw that, I had to close my eyes. It was so like bullets and blood and violence. But then right afterwards, I watched it again. I literally got through the end of the movie, rewound the tape, watched it all over again, and I remember like purposefully like making myself watch that. And I watched that movie so many times, and that scene would come on, and I'd just be like, because I was so obsessed with how violent it was at the time. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but I was really obsessed with how violent that movie was at the time. So I'd watch that over and over again. And even though like that scene when I saw it was probably the most violent thing I've ever seen in a movie, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, you know what? Pizza, Christian, Christopher Lee, The Horror Express. It was a Hammer horror movie, isn't it? It's the days of the old video stores. A little bit, but I mean, I guess in fairness, it's a time that had to come to an end one way or another. If it wasn't for DVDs, it would have been streaming, you know, like it's a shame, but I think ultimately all, like everything, like it was a cool thing back in the day, going to the video store, and especially being that age and knowing that I'm watching movies that I'm not old enough to watch. And the guy who ran the video store, was two brothers I think who ran the video store, they don't care. They knew we were kids. It was not like we looked older. They knew we were kids. they knew exactly what they were doing. It wasn't no mistake. But it was just the time, like you know, it was just the time, like. Activate Kojak. Oh, Telly Savalas. By the way, speaking of Kojak, in my you know my video channel, I've got a video about Fast and Furious, the first Fast and Furious movie, and I make a joke about Vin Diesel looking like Telly Savalas on steroids in that film, in that video. Turns out Vin Diesel could be playing Kojak in a remake of it. So I'm just saying. I'm sure let me double check that, because I'm sure I read that somewhere. Vin Diesel playing Kojak in a reboot, remake, whatever. Yeah, here we go, yeah. Vin Diesel will reportedly play New York detective Kojak in a new film version of the popular 1970s television series. So yeah, just saying I called it. Vin Diesel looks like Telly's have had some steroids, and now he's gonna be playing Kojak. So there you go. Just gives Vin Diesel a lollipop, yeah. Oh mate, I did not want to do that. I've got to start again. Actually, no, yeah, let me allow it for now anyway. It's not that big a deal. I'm not even sure if I even need it, and it's just like a long thing to get to something you might not need. Fast and Furious. No, there's probably going to be a car chase in that movie though. Oh, made it all the way to the top. I ain't gonna lie though, I would be interested in a Kojak remake. I would be interested in a Kojak remake. I think that could be pretty cool. Alright. Oh, flipping. No, I did not run that fast. Jeez. Why does he jump so far like I didn't? Let's see, something more original. I mean, it's Hollywood, so original's kind of out of the question when it comes to Hollywood. Flipping out, man. Oh boy. You know what? I guess we're stuck on this level for now, but we got past that first level with the lightning, so at least we did something today. At least we did something. Oh, good luck with that, Brian. Oh. Alright, let me play something else. Let me pick another game. Multiplayer on certain games with other YouTube users. So for instance with that, speaking of Bruce films, has anyone seen Men Behind the Sun? I've not seen Men Behind the Sun, and yeah, no, you could do that. You could do like multiplayer games with YouTubers and stuff like that. That can be done, it could be arranged. Never say never. Never say never. In fact, we've done that before, Dan and I actually. We played, was it Fortnite? Yeah, we played Fortnite one time on stream. Ish. Oh yeah, and GTA, yes. GTA 5. Ish. Ugh, fun. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Was that the guy who talks about the showers? Okay, okay, I haven't been in chat for a while. Oh, yeah, I was just sort of catching up a little bit. Missed that bit, my bad, sorry. Units, pretty graphic. Oof. Yeah, it's been a minute since Al's been in the chat, actually. A few weeks at least. Oh. I guess he'd be busy. I guess he'd be too busy for us folk. So good. Hope he's doing well. I know he's had to spend some time with the family. So yeah, hopefully he's doing alright. Do check his vids from time to time. Oof. I watched Devil recently though. That was something. You watched The Devil, okay? You open up like a portal to hell and just like. What was that? The name of the movie? LJ, I think, was last in the chat. I think maybe about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks ago. But yeah, he was working, and so yeah, it's not. I guess it's not always easier to make time. Which is cool. I get it. You gotta prioritize. I understand. I like the showers, but he does like Rocket League. I wanted to attempt fate. No, Fred recently. When was the last time we saw Frederick? I think last week as well, actually. Oof. I'm saying it isn't in it. To the revenge there. Oh, okay. Oof. Gotta be quick though, like you can't button mash. Aye. But it's getting tough. Ugh. Wonder if anybody actually gets far in games like this. Like, you must take the most amount of dedication to get. Because Eesh. I'll be struggling. Oof, 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 oof. The timing gotta be so spot on with that thing. Alright, come on. We can do this. Five Nights at Freddy Nightmare Mode took me way too long to finish. Oof. Is that the highest difficulty in that game? Oh, he's taking a piss. Oh, man. So, by the way, you was asking me about TubeBuddy the other day because when you saw the TubeBuddy on my YouTube thing, right? And I said that I wasn't a member; I just had the free option. I actually recently, just today, signed up to the Pro option to it, and the reason I did so, well, a couple of reasons. One is that I thought, you know what, maybe it could be a good idea to use something like this, for the podcast and that kind of thing. Maybe it could be a good idea to use something like that. And also, it was like dirt cheap. It was like $3.75 or something like that. Like $3.75. See, $3. It was less than $4 a month. Like they gave me a discount because I don't have many subscribers. So it's like less than $4 a month, which is like, I don't know, £2. Like, so I thought, you know what, £2 a month. Yeah, I'll take it. I can do that. I can do like £2 a month, or $2.50, whatever it works out to. I can do $2.50 a month. I feel like I can stretch it out. That's the lowest option though. Like the top options are like I think £50 or something. But I'm like, you know what? For £2 a month, $2.50 a month, yeah, I'll do that. See what it does, see if it helps. Sorry, my internet went funny for a second. Well, hopefully it was a good joke. I just seen on the Instagram, Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney, says writers and actors have unrealistic expectations with strikes. Now, bear in mind he's the CEO of Disney, so he's certain strikes aren't gonna do him any favors. So I guess part of his opinion is gonna be biased. That being said, I don't disagree. To be honest with you, I don't disagree with him. I don't disagree with him. did I put a corner of it? Ish. Okay. These games, man, these games. Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah. Maybe I should quit live streaming. Apparently I suck at this game. Nah, I don't think I'll quit live streaming, not just yet anyway. Not just yet. Never say never, but not just yet. I think I still got a. I think I still got a little bit more gas in the tank, as they say. So we'll stick it out for a bit longer, I reckon. Just a bit. Moments, but then I realised how little viewership I had and started focusing more on other stuff. You play original PlayStation games on the latest devices or stories. Fair enough. If you have one of the PlayStation options, PlayStation Plus options, I think yeah you can play. They've got like a selection of games you can play. I don't remember what those games are though, but yeah, it's possible. You need a PlayStation 4 or 5 though. Like, I mean, I've got a PlayStation 4, so it's fine. But you can't do it through. Like, they have a streaming option for PlayStation, a cloud-based option for PlayStation. I don't think those games are available on that bit. So you have to have like a PlayStation 4 or 5 to play them. Which is a shame, really. I feel like all the games should be available for the cloud, and that way you don't need a PlayStation at all. You can just like use your PC and not have to bother with owning a console. Like, that's how I would like to do it, but yeah, that's not quite available like that with PlayStation. Oh no, so the way it is that you just download the games, so you don't plug. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Maybe the PS1 discs do still work with PS4 or 5. I actually don't know that, to be fair. But yeah, the one that I was thinking of, you download the games from their server and you just play it on your console like that. Other Texas doing just because they love what they do. Oh, that probably died out. Like that probably died out in like the 1920s or something. Like the moment people started to become big stars, I think that's when that died out. It's just crazy to me because like film actors get paid far more than say stage actors, right? And stage actors, like, I feel like any actor would tell you that acting on stage is a lot harder than acting in a movie. You know, and not to diminish acting in a movie at all. I'm not saying it suggesting it's easy, it's not. But to act on stage where you literally have one shot, one take, you have one take to get it right. You don't get the beauty or the luxury of, you know, cut, start again. You don't get that. You get one take. And if somebody makes a mistake, right, you have to be so on the ball that you can cover their mistakes so the audience doesn't notice. You know, you gotta be on it like that. Right, so you can't just know your lines. You gotta know everybody else's lines, and knowing to the point where if they said something wrong, when you respond, you could adapt and still have it make sense. You know, like you gotta be on it to do stage acting. When was the last time you ever heard of a stage actor strike? I'm not saying it's never been one. It probably has, but when was the last time you ever heard of them? So can you tell I've got games like 20 plus years? That's so good. Don't you dare. We won't have to make new friends. I don't want. I'm setting my ways. Yeah, y'all stuck with me for a little bit. Y'all stuck with me for a little bit longer. In your one shot next, you'll be taking about my spaghetti. Well, it's true though, right? It's true. I mean, you know, you're nervous, but on the surface you look calm and ready to drop bombs, but you keep on forgetting what was written down by your writer. The whole crowd starts cheering so loud. You open your mouth, but the words won't come out. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never done stage acting, to be fair. Actually, wait. Have I? No, I don't think I've ever done stage acting. Like, I mean, I've done stage work. I've never done stage acting. No, I've never done stage acting. I was thinking maybe I did something small in school or something, but no, I've never done stage acting. But I have done lots of stage work. But yeah, you got one shot to get it. If you're doing like one of the big plays in the West End or something like that, then I mean even small plays, of course, like you still need to know what you're doing. But certainly if you're doing a big play, you got lots of people there, you know, journalists and everything else, and so many things that could affect the future success of your production. Like you got one shot to get it right, and mistakes happen, but it's just like they gotta be so good at what they do that if a mistake happens, they're able to move on and cover it without it looking like a mistake to everybody. And that's a skill to do that. That takes, I mean, you gotta know the script, you gotta know the characters, you gotta know everybody else's characters. You just gotta have such a knowledge and understanding of what you're doing, and just be like at one with the whole character to be able to do that. You know, like it's a skill. Yet film actors are like, yeah, we want more money and AI rights or something. Being on stage and it's an interesting experience, so you'll know then. Showing various cruel medical experiments. Oh wait, I missed something. And behind the sun, in case anyone is still wondering, is about units of sacred biology weapons experimentation during World War II. Okay, okay, gotcha. Maybe the reason they stage in life. Good thing, stage is life, yeah. You've been to many stage shows before, either local theatre or West End or Broadway. I've been to a few. West End a few times. I think I've been to Actually, no. I think I've been to a West End show once. Once I've been to a West End show. Most theatres or most plays I've been to have been more, like local theatres and smaller plays, stuff that maybe some of my friends had done. You know. Actually, no. Maybe I've been West End more than twice. I know I definitely went to a few plays when we were in school. One of them must have been a West End one, I'm sure. But outside of that, I've been to a West End theatre once. And yeah, a lot of sort of smaller plays. Very small part and very local production. You know, small parts are probably the best parts. Small parts are probably the best parts because you just got like 2 lines, 1 or 2 lines, and it's like, yeah, I'm done. Oof. You don't got that pressure no more. Stage actors seem to have a deeper love for what they do. But that's got to be stressful though, you know, doing like stage work, stage acting, especially in big productions. That's got to be mad stressful. But people do it, and they play those characters for years. Like some of those characters, you know, when you see um like a stage show and it gets like a 10-year, you know, showing or venue, whatever you call it, at a theater. I mean, it's not always the same actors. I know that. I'm not saying that they do change the actors around, but they'll be the same actors for a while before they change them around. So they're playing that character for a while, a good while, years in some cases, before they've eventually move on to something else or change them around because, you know, maybe the actors get too old or they don't want to do it no more. All kinds of reasons, but it's, yeah, they could be playing that character every night, maybe sometimes maybe even twice a night for years, and that's gotta be tough within itself, you know, to play the same role like every night for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, because you know after a while, like no matter how much you love it, the complacency starts to set in because you've been doing it so long. And maybe you go into autopilot in some degree, you know, where you're not necessarily fully in, like, focused on where you should be, but then you gotta snap out of that and be focused, and that's gotta be tough, man. That's gonna be tough. If you've done anything over and over again every day for a long time, then you know that there's a point where you start to go into autopilot, and you gotta kind of force yourself out of that to stay focused on what you're doing. So yeah, man. If anything, pay those guys more. Pay those guys more. I don't know who Cheryl is actually. Cheryl Underwood? I don't know. Cheryl Cooper? Cheryl Beryl? Passion run deep to them. Yeah, nothing to worry about. And death, no pressure. You got paid £700 despite no prior experience. Dang. Yeah, I mean, even so, actors leave the safety of a comfortable job to do, and so there is a lot to be said for being on stage. Yeah. Cheryl Tweedy, Cheryl Cole, Cheryl Fernandez, Vizini. Girls Aloud. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know the name Cheryl Cole. I think I know that name. I guess the other names are maybe she got married or something. I don't know, but for one role, yeah. Yeah. And that's a tough thing as well, because like you say you got like the safety of a job that's paying you, paying your bills, keeping you afloat. You're still doing something you love, right? But you have that desire to do something else, or you know, to play a different role. And when you get known for a particular role, even if it's a popular thing, like it's difficult to break out of that stereotype, you know, to do. I mean, it can be done and it has been done, but it's difficult. Like sometimes, like getting a getting a popular character, playing a popular character could be a blessing and a curse. You know, it could be a blessing that, you know, you've got this popular character, you made a lot of money doing it, But when you want to do something else, it's kind of a curse because nobody wants to see you play anything else, you know. So yeah, and sometimes you see soap stars like come back to they'll go away, do other things for a while, and they come back to the soap. They'll come right back like 3 years later or something. And it's like, all right. And you got some who just never leave, you know, whereas because they're too afraid to try something else, or whether they just genuinely don't want to try something else. I mean, that's a valid choice too, of course. If you genuinely don't want to do anything else and you're happy to just be there, then cool. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're being honest with yourself, you know. Does work on the X Factor or one of those shows. Ah, okay. Exactly, yeah, that struggle is challenging. Oh. Cherry Coke. Cheeky Cherry Cola. Ah, jumped too early. Okay, this is attempt number 50. Come on now. Ugh. Am I on attempt number 51? I still ain't got past that other bit. Hey, get on 10. I'm 69. How better? 69. Oh, you're so close, so close. Oh, flipping out. Oh no, you know what? Come on. I can do better than that. Come on now. Oh, mate, are you dumb? Come on. Oh. Is it different levels or just this one extended game? I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't got past this bit yet, so I think you're asking the wrong person, dude. To be honest with you, like there might be. It's possible, I guess, but yeah. No, I think there are different levels. But yeah. I'm just on this bit right now. Oh, an extended frustration game. You know, for sure, it definitely is. I mean, it's literally called the Impossible Game, so they know what they're doing. Oof, they know exactly what they're doing. Oh my wow. Okay, attempt number 69. Come on, this is gonna be it now. We joked about it, but oh, now. Alright. So Baxters don't get enough credit though because they work super hard, and I don't even watch soaps. Yeah, 69 failed us, man. 69 failed us, well, oh well. But yeah, they, I mean, especially like you got a soap that's on like what 4 or 5 days a week or something, and granted, not every actor's in every episode. I get that, but at the same time, they're in enough episodes. There are enough episodes to know that, again, they just gotta be available. So it's difficult. It's gonna be difficult for them to do other things if you're in a soap like that. Because even on your days off, you kind of gotta be available as well. Like, I blame the game. Oh. Oof. We could start in any soap. What would you choose? Probably Sunset Beach. It doesn't run anymore, but it used to run on. It used to run, I think, like late 90s up until like early 2000s. It didn't run very long actually, but it was a very cheesy, very over the top, super ridiculous soap opera. Which, if I remember correctly, was by the same people who did like Beverly Hills 90210, like, you know, like the spellings. I think it was by them. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was just super cheesy, and it had like the most ridiculous storylines. So yeah, that's what I would choose, because I love that kind of cheesy nonsense. Yeah, it was American. Of course it was American. The moment I said cheesy, ridiculous storylines, you already know. You already know. But yeah, no, I love that kind of cheesy nonsense. Oh, what's going on? What just happened? Did I? Oof, I don't know what happened. Did I break the game? It says not respond. Okay, it's crashed. Game's crashed. Not responding, it says. Alright, I broke the game apparently. Maybe that means I actually beat the game. I literally beat the game so bad it wasn't responding. Exactly, I killed it. Exactly, that's it. I killed it. I killed it, son. I killed it. But yeah, that was this. It was like late 90s, early 2000s. I think it ran, and it was just so stupid, so ridiculous, but so much fun. So much fun. Like, I think you can find those episodes on YouTube as well. Actually, by now, I think. Since this game's crashed, let me take a ganders at that. Let me have a butcher's look real quick. Matter of fact, I guess we're approaching the time to start winding down the stream anyway, so let me come over here. Yes, I guess I'm gonna love you and leave you. Good night. Yo, appreciate you, Sam. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you. Good night. Sleep time, don't let the bed bugs bite. And if they do, do a poo and mix it with some tasty stew. You made a game rage quit you. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, you can find it on YouTube. I mean, I guess the legality of these things on YouTube is debatable. On one hand, they probably shouldn't be there, but at the same time, it's like they do have the option to claim it, which I don't know. But yeah, it was a really ridiculous, over the top show. Like, I'll give you an example of one of the things they did. There was this one lady who she really likes this guy, but that guy had a girlfriend, right? And she wanted they were trying for a baby, and what she did, this girl that likes the guy, she got the sperm of somebody else, this other man who fancies that woman, right? He got his sperm, she got his sperm, put it in a turkey baster, and then impregnated the girl with that guy's baby to so to try and mess up their relationship. But yeah, that's one of the storylines they run. They also had like an evil twin that kidnapped his twin and then usurped his life and locked him in a basement while he pretended to be him. Yeah, it was so over the top. I'm probably forgetting some of the more over the top stuff, I'm sure, but it was pretty over the top. Definitely. That's I know, cool shirt. Ah, thank you. Wonder Woman. Did you ever watch Princess Silver Cage? All episodes, 90. See, I did watch that, yeah, back in the day. Well, maybe not all the time, but yeah, I watched it a few times. With a B Arthur. Yeah, that'd be my pick. What about you guys? If you can star in any soap opera, what would you guys pick? What would y'all pick? What's that show called again? I'm gonna have to check it out. It's called Sunset Beach. Sunset Beach. And yeah, it was 2 seasons from 1997 to 1999. So yeah, it didn't run very long. But yeah, if you Well, I say it didn't run very long. To be fair, it had 755 episodes. So over 2 seasons, 755 episodes. That's quite a lot still. That's quite a lot. Show. I don't remember the channel. I think it was on 5. I don't remember, but yeah, I think it was channel 5. I think. I really don't remember though. I really don't remember. There was one character though that was forever talking to herself. Like she would always have these like monologues where like, you know, it's all for the audience's benefit, of course, so we know what's going on. But she'd just be there talking to herself, and it became a thing. You know, just like anytime something happened, she'd be like, oh, "Now I've got to get this thing over to her," and she would just be talking to herself, just like blatantly, not even like quietly, just like blatantly talking to herself. Like, all right, that's how we're doing this. That's how we got to advance the story. We're just gonna have this character stand in a room talking loudly to herself. All right. She's doing alright. She's trying to get her knee to bend. Doctor told her she doesn't bend enough in 2 weeks. They might have to do another procedure to bend it. Hope she gets it bending. Yeah, take it easy though. Take it easy. You know, small movements. Well, I mean, maybe not talk like I know, but you know. She's not here for it, right? She's alive. If you want to come to that, yeah, indeed, indeed. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know. It's a shame, like, there's so much available on streaming platforms right now, yeah? But it's always a shame for me when I search something like Sunset Beach, for example, and there's nowhere streaming it. Like, I mean, apart from the stuff on YouTube, which, in all honesty, I'd rather not do, even, you know, because it's kind of dodge on YouTube when you watch the stuff there. To be honest with you, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'll never do it. You know, I'm not like that. It's not like that. But at the same time, I'd rather have like a proper service that had it. You know what I mean? That way, you know, you're just doing things properly. But it's difficult, man. It's difficult to be a good guy when, you know, it's like with Baywatch Nights. It's like, if you had somewhere where I can watch that, whether through streaming or purchase it in a proper way, it's like cool, but you don't. So what's left? What's left? Because if you had a proper place, at least you could have like a remastered version of it. The one on YouTube looks like it's been ripped from a crappy DVD or something. Yeah, licensing, copyright, all that legal crap, you know, that goes on. You know, it's a lot of nonsense, to be honest. I mean, it's, well, maybe nonsense isn't the right word to describe it, but it's just a lot of like bollocks that ultimately it really just affects, you know, people like regular folk. It really just affects regular folk where something that you should have access to, you don't, at least not in a reasonable way. And I know there's lots of people out there who have absolutely no issue with piracy, and you know, I get it. You know, I'm not trying to judge or whatever, but it's that I'd rather not. You know, I'd rather have a, because if you get a proper version, it'd be a good quality. You know, it'd be clear. You watch these pirate ones or these YouTube ones, and it's like it looks like you're watching something from like 1942. Like, why is this image so blurry? Like, what's going on? It's a low res image. But hey. For a long time they were unable to release on DVD the Wonder Years. That was the great. Oh yeah, I remember the Wonder Years. Yeah, I used to watch that. Yeah, with Ben Savage. No, Fred Savage. Sorry, Ben Savage was his younger brother. Ben Savage did Boy Meets World. Do you guys ever hear that rumor going around that remember Paul in the Wonder Years? There was this rumor going around at one time that guy grew up to become Marilyn Manson. It's not true, by the way. But there was a rumor for a while that he grew up to be Marilyn Manson. He didn't. He didn't. Apparently, he became a lawyer in real life or something. Last I heard. That would have been funny if it would have been true. Yeah, I wonder what Fred Savage is doing these days. Actually, I don't think I've seen him in a movie or a show or anything for the longest time. I can only did the Wizard, um, and he did the Princess Diaries. No, Princess Bride. What else he been doing? Fred Savage, actor, director, producer. Born 1976. So his last acting credit is called The After Party from 2022. It's a TV series, had 2 episodes. So I guess he's still acting, maybe not doing it as much. Apparently, he directed episodes of the remake of The Wonder Years. He did 8 episodes of that. So he's done some directing. Yeah, he's still keeping busy. He's still keeping busy. That's cool. That's cool. And there's commercial movie with the paragraph. That's the one. Yeah. Mate, you know what? That apparently was the first time people would have seen Super Mario Brothers 3 because it hadn't been released when that film came out. So that was actually the first time anybody was seeing Super Mario Bros. 3, which is actually pretty a big deal when you think about it, right? But yeah, that was it. That it was the Super NES movie, Super NES commercial movie with the paragraph. That's the one. It was a good movie though. I like that movie a lot. Bloody Spider-Man was in that film, wasn't he? Was it Tobey Maguire? I think was in that film when he was like a little kid. Let me try and find that real quick. You try and find that real quick. You play that little kid. Ish. No, maybe it wasn't Spider-Man. I'm not even sure because I can't remember the kid's name, but oh well, never mind, never mind. Actually, no, yeah, Tobey Maguire wasn't it? No, I was right. Yeah, he wasn't it. He's maybe not that same kid I was thinking of, but he was in it. He played Lucas's goon at Video Armageddon, uncredited. But yeah, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire was in that movie. Man, oh, you know what? There's gotta be somewhere streaming the Wizard, right? There's gotta be somewhere streaming the Wizard. There's gotta be somewhere streaming the Wizard. Ah, cool. It's on Amazon. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. You can buy it for $5.99. Oof, even better. Oof, yes, 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 yes. I mean, I prefer it for free, but still, I'll take $5.99 for the Wizard. That is awesome. I'm gonna have to buy that one. We might have to add that to the movie night list actually. I might have to add that one to the movie night list. Christian Slater was in it as well. Oh snap! Big stars in that thing. Christian Slater, man, Interview with the Vampire. But yeah, I've not seen that movie for time now, man. But those movies, though, they're just, I don't know, man. Something about movies from the 80s and 90s. I feel like, especially the early 90s, you know, maybe it's because those are the movies that represent, my sort of childhood and early teenage years. I'm sure it's something to do with that, but there is definitely, in my opinion, just something really special about that era of film from like 80s, 90s, maybe up until about, yeah, I guess a few of the late 90s as well, but certainly early to mid 90s. Um, that era of films that were coming out, you know, from the action movies to the comedy movies to the kids movies, you know, it was just, there's just something about that era of filmmaking that, I mean, it doesn't exist anymore, which is fair. I think it's fair to say, and I don't necessarily mean that as a negative. Of course, it's not going to exist anymore. We're 30 something years later. You know, of course, it's not going to exist anymore. But it does mean that when you watch some of these films, you kind of go back and watch some of these films. There's that, you know, just something about it. Even if you're watching a film that you haven't seen before, but it's just from that era. There's just so something about, yeah, it's a special time, man. Special time. Yeah, good movies and special ones, and some of the best movies were made. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Been watching Howard the Duck recently for my for the movie channel. So I'm writing a film, writing a video about it. Well, I'm editing it right now, in the process of editing that video actually. But yeah, I've been watching Howard the Duck, and man, that's another one of those films I think as well. Like, it's very of its time in a lot of aspects. And of course, that's the same about any movie. I know it sounds a dumb thing to say. It's very much of its. Of course, it's of its time. It was made then, right? But it's just like watching it now and to see if some of like the characters in there and like the tough guys that are in the movie and just looking at these guys like, man, that's what we thought was tough. You know, you had these guys wearing like bloody lingerie, whatever it was. I don't know what they like. They just wearing some mad clothes and like, this is what we thought was like the tough guy look back in like '86. It's like, yo, what we were thinking. Man, what were we thinking? But you know what I would say about Howard the Duck is that I think that film is a lot deeper than perhaps most people give it credit for. Like, when you watch it, it definitely comes across as, you know, just a throwaway movie, cheesy, silly, you know, sci-fi action, that sci-fi comedy, and you know, that kind of, if it has that approach. But there's parts of that film that when I was watching it again, I was like, you know what, I think there's layers to this. You know, there's layers to this. Out of the Dark is also one of those films where there are different cuts. Seriously, because you know what, I actually made a joke about there being different versions of this film, um, because you know George Lucas was involved, and so I made a joke in the video that, you know, there's probably like a multiple versions of this one. Turns out that was true. Turns out that's true. Okay, people in ducks heads. Yeah, the ducks have nipples in that as well, by the way. Like, they have they see the ducks and they have nipples and they show them like shirtless. They call it female ducks with their tits and nipples. It's like, all right, the ducks have nipples on their planet. But yeah, man, it's a good film. It's a good film. But do talk about why it's trash. That's the name of the video. Why Howard the Duck is trash. Even though I like the film, I'm talking about why it's trash. Hopefully, still enjoyable. But yeah, that video won't be out for a little while. Maybe another week or so. But man, there were lots of there were okay. How many? How Seriously, I've seen the version where Beverly finds a condom and Howard's wallet. Okay, that's the version that I've been watching recently. That's the one that I've got there. Um, I mean, when I saw it for the first time, it was such a long time ago that I don't remember if that was in the version I saw originally or not. But yeah, that's the one that out of what I watched recently, I know that's in there because yeah, she finds a condom in his wallet, and I was kind of looking at it like duck sticks are not that shape. That I don't know how much you know about duck sticks, but yeah, they're not that shape. That would not fit a duck stick. That's would just fall off actually. DVD, my mom's place doesn't have that shit. Oh, I see. So yeah, I guess there's parts where they cut it out and yeah. Yeah, the version that I have now that I've been watching it, yeah, she finds condom in his wallet. She there's also in the beginning where he's getting sucked through to the portal, and his chair's being blasted through these different apartments, and he goes through one apartment where there's a lady duck in a bath, and you know her chest is out, so you see like a duck tits and nipples. He's also looking at a Play Duck magazine. Um, yeah, it gets pretty naughty. It gets pretty naughty. Of course, this special, yeah. Just remember how it is a monster and the Asian also quack fu, yeah. Oh, I hate these bloody. Everyone wants to accept all their nonsense. I fucking hell, man. But yeah, it'd be so awesome if they. I know Howard the Duck appeared in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie at the end of the first movie. But it'd be so awesome if they did like a new Howard the Duck movie. Like I really feel like they need to do that. It's time, man. There needs to be a new Howard the Duck movie, fully integrated into the MCU. Well, it doesn't even have to be integrated. They could do a separate thing. I mean, it could be like part of the world or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like directly connected to everything that's going on. They could just make a movie about Howard the Duck. It could be a follow up to the 1986 movie, you know, like 40 years later. Well, how's he doing or something? I don't know. Or it could be like just a brand new starting of the movie. You know, but I feel like it needs to be a new Howard the Duck movie. You know, whether it's connected to the overall MCU storyline or whether it's just its own separate story within that world. I'm good either way, but I feel like there needs to be a new Howard the Duck movie where it's about time. They teased him at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, so yeah, they need to bring him back properly now. It's about time. It's been too long. It's been way too long. Well, it might, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, we need that, man. It's about time, man. The wisecracking, sarcastic duck. We need that now more than ever. But yeah, it's about that time to start winding down and wrapping up. Next live stream should be on Monday. What are we watching again on Monday? Oh, bro, you know what? I don't think I even said what film we're watching on Monday. We watched Red Sonja, so it's not Arnie season just yet. I don't think we let's see. Let me look at my movie list, because we've got some stuff on the movie list that's been there a long time, and it's about time we started. About time we start making our way through this. Can you imagine a crossover between Howard and Shona in about foul play? Oof. Oh, somebody make that happen, please. Somebody make that happen. Oh my wordy word. Somebody make that happen, please. Alright, here we go. Night of the Living Dead from 1990 with Tony Todd. I think that needs to be the next movie. That's been on the list a long time. So yeah, let's do that for Monday. Night of the Living Dead, the 1990 version, not the original version. I think we watched the original version, I think, before already anyway. So yeah, this is the remake 1990 version with Tony Todd. It's on Amazon and various other services to buy or rent. You don't have to buy or rent it if you'd rather not. It's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. I'll probably just rent it actually. I think I don't want to buy it. $7.99. I don't think I want to buy it for $7.99. That sounds a bit of a stretch to me, to be honest. Well, I mean, maybe not a stretch. I would go to $7.99. It's just I don't know if I want to go $7.99 for this film. So yeah, I'll probably just rent it for the day. But you guys, you can either rent it if you want to, or just come along and watch me watch it and chat and have some fun that way. But yeah, Night of the Living Dead, that's for Monday. I need to write this down so I don't forget. And yes, directed by Tom Savini. But guys, that's going to be all for now. You have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping it company. Thank you for keeping it lively. And until whenever, if ever, peace.